I am testing the reasoning ability of large language models. They say they can problem solve. I'm not so sure. Today, I'm using this book, which I absolutely love. It's an escape room type book, and it's very visually based. So a lot of the puzzles are about analyzing images and trying to work out patterns or what's going on. Now, a lot of these I think are really hard. They took me quite a long time to solve, but I'm going to just give the large language model what I think is a pretty easy starter, which is the test puzzle here, and then we'll see if it can go on from there. So first thing I have to do is upload the picture of that page, and then I'm just going to say for this one, find the missing word in this puzzle. I have no idea whether this is going to work. So, you ready? Here we go. Okay, based on the cycle of the seasons shown in the image, the missing word is summer. It's seen spring, autumn, winter. It's seen that there's a cycle of seasons, and so it's understood that summer is missing. Great. Okay, let's move on to some proper puzzles. Now, for this one, I have to explain to it a little bit more about the rules of the book. It has to ignore the actual QR code and websites. That's where you go to type in your answer to get the code to move on through the book. So it's got to ignore that, but pay attention to everything else that's on the page. So the answer to this visual puzzle is a word. What is it? Ignore the QR code and website in the top left of the image. All right, let's see what it does. Starting by analyzing the problem presented, I'm now focusing on the key teeth, and I've identified shapes that might be letters. Hello. It's spotted the word overturned and suspect that it relates to the key tooth orientation. So maybe the keys need to be turned over. It's getting there, I have to say. It's looking at the teeth patterns, and it's identified an E on the first key. It's identified an F on the second. The third one it's got wrong. It's a C or possibly a bracket. It says no, it's an I actually. Key 4 definitely forms an L, so it's correct. So now it's got E, F, C, and L. Now it's revisiting the scattered notes concept to determine if the order of the letters matters. So it's thinking that it has to rearrange the letters. Now it's looking at the shape of the key heads. It's seen a hexagon, a cross, a square, an infinity symbol, possibly suggesting numbers 6, 4, 4, and 8. Okay, 6 sides of the hexagon, 4 for the cross, 4 for the square, and infinity is an 8 on its side. Okay, I mean, it's going down a path which I wouldn't have gone down, but fair enough. Okay, well, it is confident of the solution, it says. It's looked at the 4 keys. It's picked up on the word notes, which it says might imply that the answer has a musical connection. It's rearranged the letters it thinks it's seen to make the word clef. But now, look at this. It's re-examining key 3 again. It says, initially I saw a possible I shape, which would have formed file or life. Life is actually the right answer. However, the visual structure of key 3 more closely resembles a mirrored square C. No, it doesn't. It is actually an I. It says clef is a better fit with the context. The evidence points to C rather than I, which is a shame because it was close. There really is no other solution, it says. That's pretty impressive. It's impressively wrong, but its logic is fairly sound. So I'm going to help it out now. That's not the right answer. The third key doesn't have a letter C in the teeth. Try again. It still can see the E. It can see the F. Key 3 it now thinks is a gamma, a 7, or a T with the left side missing. Oh. Come on. Now it's going for felt, left, self. Now revisiting key 3, focusing on the feedback about the letter C. Hello. Hello. I see life emerging. He's now back to the drawing board seeking an alternative to life. I mean, it's not that serious. Okay. Based on the clue overturned, you should rotate the book 180 degrees. Turn it upside down. When you view the keys upside down, their teeth resemble letters. You get an L, I, F, and E. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I mean, that's not the hardest problem by any means, but it still takes a little bit of mental jiggery-pokery as a human to work out what the word that they're looking for is. It got it wrong the first time, but I was impressed with how it got it wrong. And then I gave it the vaguest of hints on how to correct itself, and it did get there. It took quite a bit of working out. You could see it going backwards and forwards, but it got there. Yeah. I think I'm going to set it another problem from this book next. We're going to take it up a level. Thank you for watching. If you would like to come to Spencer Kelly's AI Masterclass, it's coming soon, Friday 23rd of January. You can apply at the address on screen and tickets are free.